welcome back to 843 TV. We are learning all this exciting news about Bridges Prep School, and we're going to talk about something exciting that just happened. You had some Chinese students come to visit. Tell us about the purpose of that visit.
We have partnerships with China, and we are actually in the process of developing a partnership with Greece. So at this point, there are 2 schools in China. This one is close to Beijing and the Great Wall. Our students went there last year. We've had some summer camps, so we had a winter camp this year. We had 8 students arrive and 2 teachers from Chongqing. Yes, getting the name straight is sometimes a challenge. But again, we had 8 students, 2 teachers. They arrived on February 7th. They came and we had open arms waiting for them. We had parents and even a teacher. We distributed them out. They stayed with other students, and we had that partnered and fixed even before their arrival. So once they arrived, they really are a joy. It's wonderful. And Mr. Wilson and the school had so many activities planned for them that it was great. So I'll share and let him share with those activities.
Sure. We many of our students, actually all of our students, stayed with host families, and a lot of the experience for our Chinese friends was to become independent and to spend time with the host family, experiencing new things. They were very adamant about not having 2 students stay together. They didn't want them to rely on each other. And so the host families took our students all over the place. But we did have quite a few activities for our students. During the day, the students attended school with our students at BPS. We had 16, 17-year-olds, and they would go to class with each student. After school, we had a couple of times where they would go to a basketball game that some of our kids were participating in. We had a chess club one day that they also played chess. We on the weekend one weekend we did a Beaufort day. We ended up renting out 2 carriages and doing the history tour of Beaufort in the morning, and then they shopped downtown and spent the day eating, and then the big thing they wanted to do was run across the bridge like Forrest Gump. So you might have seen a bunch of us. I think it was like 20 plus people walking across the bridge that day. So they visited Charleston. They took the Fort Sumter tour.
Wow.
And I believe they also went down to Savannah as well and did some shopping.
They did quite a bit, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
So I've got to ask, that was quite a culture shock, I'm sure. What did they think of the Low Country?
A lot of water is what they said.
A lot of water, okay.
They said there's a lot of water. I believe where they're from, they're surrounded by...
they're more in the mountain range and the higher areas. And the difference is in Shanghai, and I was there last year with a group. Shanghai is sort of like us. They have the beaches, the water around. As a matter of fact, they have palm trees. They have camellias, azaleas. That was something I found fascinating. But the students acclimate just like we did there. They come, they share our culture, they share our food, and they learn to like it. You know, some of it better than others, obviously, but they try. They're very open to trying. And with that, when we had the Chinese party and the Happy New Year party for
them,
it
fell on their New Year.
It did.
Right.
And so with that, they actually cooked some dishes for us.
How about that?
Then we did a Low Country boil.
Of
so
course,
in other words, we gave a little bit of both, and it was great. I mean, their reception of us and our reception and our students of them was really remarkable. It's what the international program for us is all about.
So clearly it's a mutually beneficial partnership. What are the biggest things that stand out? I know we've shared a lot of detail. A
lot of our kids that come and participate, either our students go there or Chinese students or Greek students come here. We learn a lot about the relationships that these students have with the families they stay with, and they keep in touch. One of our host families had hosted Chinese students before, and the Chinese student that was in Shanghai was texting her saying, I'm your Chinese daughter, you know. And so, you know, she was upset that somebody else was coming to stay with her, but they treated those students just like they were their own family. And my understanding is that the English was amazing from the first day to the last day, and how much better it becomes for those students.
That was going to be a question I had. How did that language barrier take place?
That really is very minimal because they speak a little English, and at first, Mr. Wilson's right. they were a little apprehensive about the language because they're unsure of it, just like
Right.
there are a few things that I know in Chinese, but not a lot. So I would be maybe less comfortable in their area. But they really come with open minds, and what it gives to both sets of students, ours and theirs, is the ability, as you and I know, and as we know with the television audience, this is no longer just Beaufort or just South Carolina or America. It's a global society. So the doors we're opening to both our students here and the students that we receive or the countries we visit is actually, I think, enhancing that global society and giving our students a picture of a world that otherwise they might not have the opportunity, certainly not at this age maybe, to see. So I think it's a great experience.
Absolutely. So this is a focus of yours at Bridges Prep, this international program. What might be ahead for that?
We are looking into a few things. Of course, as many of your viewers know, we're in the process of building a school. So the next few months are going to be very booked for us or busy for us. So we're planning maybe something in August, or not August, in October with our Chinese friends. We want to continue the program, but I think at this point in time we need to evaluate where we're going to be, and we would like to have a summer camp, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. We've got some things that are in the works. We just haven't nailed anything down yet on that.
Well, this has been exciting to learn more and more about Bridges Prep. Every time we come, new things are happening. And Chris, good luck to you as you take this new step in your career and at Bridges Prep. And thank you, Dee, for sharing. And thank you all for watching today's episode of 843 TV, where communities